Beat making basics.
What's going on YouTube? Beat Making Basics back again with another dope video. If you're new to my channel, please do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe. Also hit me a thumbs up if you like the content. So let's jump into today's video. Today's video is actually a continuation of the big KRIT type beat that I was making. In this video, I'm going to be explaining some tips and tricks when you can arrange your beats, when it comes to arranging your beats in Logic Pro 10. All right, so check this out. I have this beat. It started off pretty basic, honestly. Okay, it started off basic, and as I built the beat and started, arranging it into song format, there's several things that I did. So, for instance, I'll just give you a rough breakdown, just playing the intro, which is going to be 8 bars, and then I'm going to bring in the hook and just kind of show you some of the elements that I added there. All right, so cool. As you can hear, we have the samples going in the first part of the song, which is really catchy. You know what I'm saying? So you want to put stuff that's going to catch the listener's ear, like that soulful, gospel, choir sound is going to immediately catch people's ears. So that's why I put that at the beginning as the intro. As you can also hear or heard, I started bringing in the bass, which I really felt brought in some emotion, just how I mixed the bass in and everything like that. And then, of course, I put my beat tag. Now let's talk about the hook. Basically, the hook is going to be the part that's going to play the most consistent and unchanging. And it's going to be also the catchiest part of the actual beat. So basically, I have the two samples playing together, one that's low and one that's high. So I blended those together, and then I also added some strings to make a definite differentiation in the hook. Okay, so this is something that I added after I made the beat. A lot of the videos that you've seen, you might see me make like this type of beat in 10 minutes or less. That's just the first part. That's just getting down some ideas or just getting down a basic structure, a basic blueprint for the beat. After that, you definitely want to add to it. So let me let you listen to the strings. So we got the strings, and if we add those strings in with just the samples, this is what it sounds like. Okay, so we got that. Forgot to name this part right here, which is all good, but it should be clap. Anyway, so then we're going to bring in the drums, okay? Let's talk about the drums for a second. I played around with the patterns, you know what I mean? And actually even changed up a little bit on the patterns. So the clap obviously is going to be the most consistent and basic part of the drum pattern. It's just a consistent clap. Or we could say snare. That's a snare. Anyway, in the second part of the hook, I brought in another snare that kind of had a different type of pattern. So let's listen to that. Okay, now we also have the drums. The kick drum pattern is a little bit different, but it's still basic enough to where it has like a little bit of a ride, but it's not too crazy. And of course, we have the bass in there that ties a lot of stuff together. And then the hi-hat, I did something very unique with the hi-hat. I'll just slowly, kind of simply break it down for you. Basically sped it up at certain points and used so to denote velocity to add different effects and feelings of the hi-hat. Let's just listen to it real quick. Add that open hi-hat in there, and it pretty much ties everything together. So that's the hook, you know what I'm saying? Breaks down all the elements of the hook. From there, we're going to go into the verses. Now, the verses, for the most part, are going to be pretty much the same. They do change up here and there, though. So we're going to explore that. So let's just look at the first part of the verse 1. And I don't waste a whole lot of time in the verses. As you can see, it is in and out. We're back to the hook. Same thing with the second verse. So the basic thing to keep in mind here is that in the first part of each verse, or actually in each verse, you want every 4 bars to be something different. So the first 4 bars you can see is just the sample. Next 4 bars, you brought the drums in. Next thing, those 4 bars after that, I brought the bass in. Next 4 bars after that, I cut out some of the hi-hats and then brought them back in. You know what I'm saying? Just different stuff. And now we're into the hook. Then something here, we come into like a whole different vibe here. But it's the same deal here. We have, you had this part open right here that's just playing the sample. We're bringing some more drums in, and then we bring in other elements every 4 bars for the most part, you know what I mean? And then after that, we're just pretty much ending the record. I actually kind of ended it long. I had it going on for a little bit longer than what most people probably would do. It's about 12 bar outro, so it can be shortened for sure, and that's going to be up to the people who purchase this track, you know what I mean? But pretty much, man, that's how I broke down this beat. That's how I made the beat, or turned it into a song format in Logic Pro 10. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Now, a couple other things I did do is on the actual stereo out, right? One thing I did here is if I push A for automation, you'll see certain things that I did in here. So one is the filter. Like, so during one part of the beat drops and then it's just like filtered out right here. So if you listen to it, you'll see what I'm talking about. So we did this cool stuff like that. I also did some like gate stuff where the beat would just drop, like completely pause at certain points. So I put some of that stuff in there. We got a tape stop effect where the beat just sounds like a record stopped. So if we play it right here. And it's just little bitty things that I put throughout the beat that I feel like added to it and took it to the next level, if you will. So, but yeah, I just wanted to just, open that up to you, just show you certain things. Like I said, don't want y'all to think that, you are supposed to keep things simple, but you want to take what you made that's simple and then add to it and develop it and make it sound, polished as you go. You know what I'm saying? Re-listen to stuff over and over again and say, hey, what can I do to take this simple, pattern that I created, or take this simple melody that I created and turn it into a masterpiece, without adding too much or taking too much away from it. That's the whole mindset. But anyway, y'all, thank you so much. Make sure y'all check out my website. I'm now offering one-on-ones. I'm also offering a Logic Pro 10 and GarageBand course bundle. Basically, the bundle has a bunch of different courses wrapped up in one that's all geared towards creating music in GarageBand and Logic Pro 10. But yeah, hit that website, beatmakingbasics.com. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.